Hey, I'm Tom Mealy. I'm with Madhouse TV. This guy just walked up the steps. I don't know what is the story with you?
I'm
Who are you?
comedian Frank
Hey,
Prince.
what the hell do you want here?
I want my own reality TV show.
You think you're funny enough?
Hell yeah.
Well, how much money you got?
Short arms and deep pockets.
You think you can make it?
I'm the Myron J. Show.
You think?
I think.
All right.
I know.
We're going to give him a shot this spring here on Madhouse TV. Tune in and wait for...
Frank Prince, the Myron J. Show.
There you go. We'll see you this spring. We got a ton of new shows coming up. My pal Frank Prince, great comedian. Wait to see him. Tune in to Madhouse TV this spring. Have a wonderful day.
Welcome to the Frank Prince Show. I'm your host, Frank Prince. Little recap from last week. I want to thank comedian Phil O'Reilly for coming on the show. Great job. And today I have comedian Tami Kelly.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Good. It's a delightful sunny day.
I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it. I am Irish, and I can't get out of the sun, and I have to use something called Sunblock 2000.
Okay.
It's a cardboard box with holes punched in it, because I can't be in the sun at all. At all.
Oh.
I burst into flame. It's awful.
That's bad.
Yeah. It's okay.
So where do you live, Tami?
I live in Lynbrook. I'm from Massapequa,
Okay.
and I live right on the Rockville Center-Lynbrook border.
Oh, okay. And what do you do for a living?
Well, I am a computer-aided draft designer and also a hand drafter. I draw site plans for civil engineers and architects and blueprints for plumbers and HVAC and electrical guys. I draw stuff.
That sounds interesting.
It is interesting. It's actually really interesting, and it's kind of fun, too. But unfortunately, I got laid off from my last job for being gay. Seriously.
That's not good.
No. I asked to take off for the Gay Pride Parade, and I had vacation days, and they fired me 10 minutes later. Nice, right? Good
Not
stuff.
good. It'll go back to them, you know. What
Well,
goes
karma, yeah.
around karma, right?
Well, no,
Right.
I karma the shit out of them. I sued them,
Good for you.
and I won.
That's good. Now, what made you want to do stand-up comedy?
I was sick of playing living rooms. My whole family is very, very funny. Very, very funny people. And I come from funny stock. And my mother's one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life. So it was a lot of laughter growing up. And ever since I was a kid, all my friends were, you're hilarious, you're this, you're that. You should do stand-up. I must have heard that about 1,000 times through the course of my life. You should do stand-up. And eventually, I believe it was my friend's younger brother, Anthony, who did stand-up at the brokerage. And I went to see him, and I was like, I can do that. I can do it. So I did it.
When did you start with it?
I decided December 21st, 2012, the day the Mayans said the world would end. So,
Yeah,
I figured, why not begin something on that day?
It's a new beginning.
Yeah.
We're still here.
Yeah, exactly. So,
And how has it been working for you?
oh, it's been going great. Actually, I got a lot of laughs. From the first time I went up there, I got a lot of laughs. And I've been in the paper, the Newsday, twice. I was on the cover of the part 2 in January, and a little article inside about the brokerage and about me. And then I'm currently in the Long Island Newsday Fun Book. It's about that thick. And it shows you all the events for the entire year. So that went out to 2.2 million people. And in the comedy section where it tells you where to go if you want to laugh, there's a picture of me and a blurb. And I'm becoming like the poster child for the brokerage.
Great.
So I think it's going pretty well. If I've been in the paper a couple times.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you get involved with that? You
With
just,
what?
Go to open mics and,
Well, I have a friend named CJ. And CJ and I have a web show, and it's called The Strike Zone on Cross Buzz Network on YouTube. CJ lives in Manhattan. He's a real personable guy. So he met a guy by the name of Ike, who's also a stand-up. And CJ was showing him some of our shows. Ike just took a real shine to me, thought I was very funny. A friend requested me on Facebook. We got to talking, and he was like, you can do this. I've been doing this for years. You've got it, girl. You go, girl.
Right.
Go, girl. So between Ike and my friend Anthony getting on stage and showing me that he didn't burst into flame and, die up there, I just kind of mustered the gumption to get up there.
What's the feeling like for you?
I felt like I was gonna get murdered. I felt like I was waiting for my own death, or waiting to get on stage, as like I was walking up to a guillotine or a noose, and they put a rope around my neck, and I have 1 minute to tell one joke, and if I can't get the people to laugh, the trap door will drop and I'll die. That's kind of I couldn't, feel any more tension if I was about to be murdered. I was extremely nervous. I was shaking. And
how hard is it, you being a woman, doing comedy?
I'm a woman? Oh. That's a weird question, because being a female, to me, it's just, I'm a girl, I'm doing comedy. So it's kind of hard for me to say, well, for a guy it's this way and for a girl it's that way. But I'll tell you this, it does seem like more of a boys' club. There are a lot more male comedians than female comedians. I'm not 100% sure why that is. A lot of men say that they don't think women are funny. I disagree. But I don't seem to have a problem. People laugh at my jokes. So
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
I was laughing.
Yeah.
You're hilarious. That's why I brought you on.
Thank you.
And I was at the brokerage. And
yes, that's where we met.
Right.
Exactly.
So you have any gigs coming up, or?
I'm doing the brokerage on June 7th. Mm-hmm. I have to shoot my own web show later this afternoon. I have a theater gig coming up over the summer. I don't have all the details of that yet, but I'm going to be an opening act. I also have something booked for later in the year, but I do it as it comes. I try to make every single open mic I can. Even if I don't feel like I want to go, I make myself go.
Yeah, you get those feelings.
Yeah, I don't want to do it.
I know.
And then you're like, all right. Because the time I don't go will be the one time somebody was in the audience that, oh, you missed him. Like opportunity knocked and you weren't there. So
that's always the way.
Yeah, so I'm answering every door.
You look doing anything else besides the open mics, private parties, different things like that?
Not really. I mean, I just kind of entertain my friends. I don't really, I don't have a... Well, I am a CIA agent for the government, so that does take up quite a lot of time. I had to fly to Brazil recently and kill someone, and that 8 minutes. So...
That was a joke, right?
Yeah, that was a joke.
I had to chime in.
I don't really kill people.
I know you don't. I have to improv with you since we're two comedians.
Right.
Right. You had to think there.
No. No, I just didn't know what to do with the awkward silence.
We have another person sitting over there. That's CJ.
Yeah, we do have another person sitting over there.
He's improving with us.
He's not improving. He's laughing at me.
I know he's laughing. And we're feeding off him.
I'm not feeding off him. He's always next to me. He's chuckling in my ear all the time.
Now, that's your sidekick.
It's my, no, he's not my sidekick.
Not your sidekick.
Don't call somebody a sidekick. It's a way to get yourself killed. He's my partner and co-host.
Okay.
Not my
partner
yeah.
And co-host.
He's my partner with the Strike Zone and co-host and friend. You got to have your gay male friends. They're so important to your life.
Right.
Because, they always dress really nice and they know where all the fun parties are.
What? That's okay. So where are you going to, what's the future holding for you? You're in the fun book. And
I haven't a clue what the future holds for me.
Where do you see
know.
yourself going with the fun book? And It's like the feeling
try
of
not to
wanting it
speculate.
more.
I try not to speculate because anytime I have an idea in my head of what I want to happen, it never pans out. So I'm more of a go with the flow kind of girl. But if I had to answer your question, what would I hope would happen, right? I would hope that I would eventually get paid to do this. That would be nice. Maybe, you know, a couple more venues, bigger audiences. I'm not really interested in fame because I don't care. I really don't care about it. But I do really, really like making people laugh. That I enjoy a lot.
And you do that well.
Thank you very much. I had quite a lot of time to build up my first act, considering it took me so long to get on stage. You know.
Now, where do you get your material from, basically?
I get my life. It's all, every joke I have is a true story. Every single one of them. You know, they do border on the absurd at some point, but life is absurd. I generally just look at the funny in everything. And I'm like, oh, I got to write that down. And sometimes things just fall out of my mouth, and people are like, ooh, write that down. And so my material is sparked from life. The kind of comedian I want to be is like an observational comedian, because I'm not really a storyteller. I don't like when people attack other people. I don't like negativity. I don't like the vulgarity. I don't think you have to use dirty words to make people laugh.
Exactly.
At the same time, I have a truck driver mouth in real life, so it's not like I'm a goody-goody. But I try to focus on the things that everybody's experienced. Me, you, him, her, everyone. So that, you know, we could find common ground and people can relate to it. Because that's the kind of stuff I find the funniest. If a comedian is saying a joke and I totally relate to him, you know, I'll spit my drink across the room because I feel like I'm a part of that joke. You know, because I understand you. I get you. That happened to me yesterday, that kind of thing.
How do you handle tough audiences?
I kind of make it like a vendetta. Like, I'll tell the jokes right to them. Like, I'm looking at you, buddy. You better start laughing. Tough audiences are, you know, the toughest audience I've had to deal with was, there was a bunch of young people in the audience, teenagers, and they really weren't paying attention. And they were like cafeteria talking, just kind of talking over one another. So that was kind of a tough thing, but the people that were listening were laughing. So I just kind of trudge on through. I've never had a heckler yet. I'm kind of hoping to get one because I can't wait to just tear that person apart.
Good for you.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't had to deal with, I don't really talk to the audience that much. Like, you know, hey, who are you? Where are you from? Because I might not be able to go anywhere with that. I'm John from Wanta. Okay, John from Wanta, you're not funny. Moving on. You know.
Exactly. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back, and we'll see you soon.
For professional motorcycle transport and towing, think Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing. Proudly serving all of Long Island, we feature expert handling and 24/7 service. So send a limo for your toy with Kickstart Fabrications Motorcycle Towing.
Huntington Toyota, the experience of a lifetime. Don't take our word for it.
The experience for me at Huntington Toyota made me feel very comfortable.
Their professionalism, their honesty, and their integrity. I've bought at least 9 or 10 cars here at Huntington Toyota. They give me the best price around.
It never was about high pressure. It never was about them. It was always about us.
Today's cars are very similar, but Huntington Toyota is very different.
Huntington Toyota, where it's all about you. Huntington Toyota, the experience of a lifetime. Don't take our word for it.
The experience for me at Huntington Toyota made me feel very comfortable.
Their professionalism, their honesty, and their integrity. I've bought at least 9 or 10 cars here at Huntington Toyota. They give me the best price around.
It never was about high pressure. It never was about them. It was always about us.
Today's cars are very similar, but Huntington Toyota is very different.
Huntington Toyota, where it's all about you.
Hey, I'm Tom Mealy from the Harrison Law Group. You know, soft tissue injury, that's no joke. This is what we do. We're not new at this game. Don't waste valuable time going to firms who don't get it and can't do it. Call 1-800-INJURY-LAW.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it.
Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it!
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! He's like, I don't. Power!
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce Dryer Bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Old Spice body spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power! Power!
Try this routine to feel fresh and clean. Pair Charmin Fresh Mates with your Charmin.
Oh, Old Spice body spray is too powerful to stay in its own commercial. That's right. Power! Old Spice body spray can change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Ray, I don't know. Are you sure clicking this thing will get us online?
Well, try dragging it.
Faster.
You're just a mouse click away from a better way to rent movies. Blockbuster Total Access. Movies through the mail plus movies through the store. One low price.
Here's the problem. We forgot to plug it in.
Oh! Don't even think about it!
Get a free trial at your Blockbuster store or Blockbuster.com.
We're back with comedian Tami Kelly. She's here to perform to make us laugh. Sit back and enjoy.
I hope I make you laugh. So, I was watching television the other day, and a guy on TV said, I dropped him like a bad habit. Now, you've heard this expression before, but it's an odd expression, because the context with which it's used is, I dropped him like a bad habit, didn't even hurt my hand. Like it's an easy thing. But dropping bad habits isn't easy. Because if it was, there would be 12-step programs and gum and acupuncture and hypnosis and meetings and patches. So it should be a more realistic statement, is my point. It should be more like, I dropped him like a dyslexic butterface with abandonment issues. He's out of there. So I went to an epidural recently, and for anybody who doesn't know what that is, because I'm not pregnant, it's a long needle that's used to inject a steroid for pain. For me, it's in my neck. They give you a little sedative because it's a very long needle. It hurts. And I went to the first one, and they gave me the sedative, and everything was lovely. And I went to the second one, and they gave me the sedative, and it really, really hurt. So when I went to the third one, because it's a series of 3, I asked the anesthesiologist if I could possibly have a little more sedative because it really hurt last time. He said, no, it's very scientific. We know exactly what we're doing. We're going to do what we did with you last time. We go by weight. And by the way, what do you weigh? I told him 350 pounds. I went into a coma for a half a minute, but I didn't feel a thing. No, I'm lying. I didn't really do that. I actually hate liars. I don't lie. I can never remember my lies. So you know, you gotta lie to your more fugly friends. Everybody's got a fugly friend that is really nice, has a wonderful personality. But, you know, you're not about to tell them that, you know, their face is messing up their outfit. So you got, you know, you look fantastic. Cold sore is clearing up, so that's a good sign. You know what I hate? I hate that my VHS tapes don't mean anything anymore. I spent years collecting them. They basically glorified paperweights at this point. I use them to level off my air conditioner at the window every year. I had a friend come over the other day. She brought her little son. He didn't know what they were. I told him they were blocks. He built a fort for my cat. He used Wayne's World as the door. And that was the most they've been used in about 10 years. You know what else I hate? I hate the word homophobia. It's not a fear. You're not afraid of it. What are you afraid of? Getting a good haircut? Discount at Home Depot? Your wedding going off without a hitch? I'm a little heterophobic. You guys are kind of scary to me. You ask really stupid questions. Like, which one of you is the man? Asking which one is the man in an LGBT relationship is like asking which crayon is the pen. It's stupid. Don't ask it anymore. We don't like it either. So I hate when people point to their wrist when asking for the time. You know what time it is? Your time? What if that would work with other things? Like, imagine I was asking for the bathroom. Ladies' room? Anyone in ladies' room? Ladies' room? Anyone? I hate when people put you on speakerphone and don't tell you about it. You are guilty of this, every one of you. So you're about 20 minutes into a conversation with what you think is a good friend, and out of nowhere you get this background voice of, you should get that checked. My mom had bad clotting too. And all of a sudden your forthcoming friend, oh, by the way, you're on speaker. Really? Really, buddy? I thought we were friends. You got speaker spies all in the back listening to my conversation, and I think I was talking about one of them. So, you know what I think is funny? Beer goggles. This ever happen to you? You're in a bar, you see a gorgeous creature across the way, you're drunk, your friends are trying to talk you out of it. I don't know, dude. Did you see when she turned around? She said not so much. And you're arguing with them. What are you talking about? She's stunning. That's my future wife. The next day they wake up, they have that Coyote Ugly moment, that moment. I recently had a Coyote Ugly moment so bad, I woke up next to a guy. So I'm gay. I came out to my mother when I was 21 years old. I told her I had something big to tell her. She ironically thought I was going to tell her I was pregnant. Nope. And so, as kind of a cruel joke, every time I introduce her to somebody I'm dating, I started out with, "It's a girl." She doesn't think it's funny, but I do. You know what I can't stand? You know that goober stuff, the peanut butter and the jelly mixed together in the same jar? What stoner invented this stuff? Could you imagine? Oh my God, I'm so hungry, but it's just too involved. If there was only one jar, I'd be eating right now. I was so stoned recently, I accidentally mixed my I can't believe it's not butter with my real butter, and I didn't know what the hell to believe. So whenever I see a car with like 20 stick figure children on it, I just want to tape a condom to the windshield. You're welcome. It's not even that realistic. You know, it's usually like a mom, a dad, couple kids, a cat, a dog. It should be a mom crying, a dad with his 22-year-old girlfriend, kid with like a stick needle in his arm, daughter next to a stripper pole. That's some interesting reality for you. So I went to the doctor recently. I guess I'm not that healthy. I went to the doctor recently, and he asked me who my emergency contact was. So I said he was, you know, my mother, and he said, "Isn't that nice that you have such a nice relationship with your mother?" I said, "No, I just want that nut job to be the first person who knows when I die. Tell her first." Anyway, I'm happy to have performed for you. I'm Tami Kelly. Check me out at the brokerage. And also on the Crossbuds Network on YouTube, The Strike Zone. This has been a blast. Have an awesome day.
Yeah, there you have it. We're out of time. We'll be back next week, same time, and I'll see you then. Have a great week.